and you have to wait on that person who's above you to die, but that's never going to happen in the near future. So now you're 28 years old, you have a baby on the way, your back's against the wall, and all this time has gone by and you still haven't done what you were trying to become. That's how life happens, guys. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel where I keep it real and honest about the path to success. In my last videos, we discussed the day in the life of an X-ray tech, salaries of CAT scan, X-ray, MRI, ultrasound, mammo. We've also discussed how to pass those set exams and how to study for the boards. This video is going to be about cross-training and advanced tech. I am registered in CAT scan, X-ray, MRI, and if you have any questions about anything that I say or I do or I miss in this video or something that I forget to expand on, crank out your question down there in the comments. But before you do crank out your question in the comments, be sure to read the other people's comments, because someone has probably already answered your question. And if you have knowledge about anything that I've said, and you can expand on that, make sure you put it in the comments. Another thing, if you are already registered in anything, that doesn't matter what it is, guys. If you are registered in mammo, ultrasound, and plumbing, electrician, you're a certified HVAC tech, you're a certified truck driver, share your salaries down there in the comments, guys, because people need to see. Listen up. Everyone is not interested or have a goal to make six figures. Not everyone wants to be a millionaire. Some people have a true reality and realistic outlook on life, and they know that if they just double their salary from 15 to 30 bucks an hour, or from 25 bucks an hour to 50 bucks an hour, it will liberate them from all their problems. What is an advanced tech? So, some people have the ability to go straight into MRI school and become a registered tech, or some people have the ability to go straight into ultrasound school. But let's face it, some institutions have monopolies. They want to sell you more than one program, so they may have a prerequisite to where if you want to do their MRI program, you must graduate the X-ray program first. Although X-ray and MRI have nothing to do with each other. X-ray and ultrasound have nothing to do with each other. But I've heard and learned through the comments that some institutions do this. However, some schools don't require it. You can go straight into those said programs, but those programs like MRI and ultrasound aren't offered everywhere. So some people must go straight into X-ray school. They must go into X-ray school first, and then later, once they graduate from the institution, pass the test, then they can cross-train into ultrasound, vascular ultrasound. They can cross-train into mammo, CAT scan, things like MRI, and making them an advanced tech. So to become an advanced tech, you have to cross-train. Cross-training consists of shadowing a person who is already registered in the field that you want to cross-train in. You shadow them for some time. You practice various exams. Sometimes it's 125 exams or more. Then you need to study on your own, because the schools and your instructor won't teach you towards the test. So you're gonna have to buy various study materials to be able to go in there and take that test confidently. Test taking sites are at facilities scattered all throughout the US. They're usually at monopolies at places like Pearson VUE, where they're a test taking center. If you're getting registered in anything, in nursing, cosmetology, nail tech, whatever, truck driving, CDL, aviation, you have to go to Pearson VUE to take the test, where they watch you closely. They watch closely and make sure no one's cheating. And they're usually held locally. Listen guys, let's make sure we keep the comments good, fair, and also let's have altruism and let's help everyone. because there's gatekeepers out there. Gatekeepers are the people who hold the information because they are afraid that there's not enough room for success for everyone out there in the world. Listen, everyone can be successful. Just because someone else has become successful, it doesn't mean that you can't. Or just because you made it, it doesn't mean that you need to gatekeep the information or the shortcuts or who they need to talk to or the networking to keep them from making it. Listen, gatekeepers could be your friends, it could be your family, it could be your coworkers, it could be your supervisor, your manager, someone who's not allowing you to progress, someone that's not allowing you to cross-train, someone that's not allowing you to excel in life. Or it could be even yourself, because you know what the problem is. You know that you need to go down there to the university or the school or the institution to apply. You know that for the past 2 to 10 years, you've been looking forward to weekends, to hanging out with your friends, drinking, recovering every weekend, looking forward to spring break. I've been there before, so I know what it's like to become complacent and let life pass you by. Listen, this is how life creeps up on you, and everyone experiences, and no one is there to tell you that you're slipping because you look good on the outside, but inside you're struggling. Check this out. Here's a scenario I used in my other video. So let's say that you're 20 years old, or you're 19, or whatever it is you are, and you wanted to start a band, or you and your girlfriends want to start a clique. Insert whatever it is that you're trying to become in life. And then you need equipment for your hobby, right? You need equipment for your goals. You need a license, whatever it is. But then you need a job to pay for those said items. Therefore, you get a job at Best Buy, or you get a job in a mall. You're cranking out phones. You're selling rings at the jewelry store, whatever it is that you're doing. And then you're buying your equipment that you need. You and your friends are hanging out, having a good time, making music or whatever it is, but you're not really going anywhere. You're just doing a hobby. Before you know it, in 3 years, you become a manager or a shift leader at your job. Things are going well. Time is going by. And then 5 years go by, and then you're looking at becoming the department manager at the store, or the district manager in the area, and you have to wait on that person who's above you to die, but that's never going to happen in the near future. So now you're 28 years old, you have a baby on the way, your back's against the wall, and all this time has gone by and you still haven't done what you were trying to become. That's how life happens, guys. That's how everyone falls into the trap. The best way to beat complacency or procrastination is just to do it. And you know what you need to do. All you have to do is apply. Once you start, show up. And then life starts taking its steps. And then after a week or two, you just get used to how things are going to be. Your new schedule or your new routine is set in stone, and it becomes easy. Drop off your baby at the babysitter, go to class, after class go to work, after work go to sleep. You do your studying, you stay up until 1 a.m. to pass this next exam or quiz, and then that's just the way it is, and you grind it out, and you've done it before. You just think it's hard now because you've been spending all your free time scrolling through Instagram, looking at butts on Facebook, looking at funny videos, because I'm gonna be honest, that's what I do. I look through the reels and I try to find funny videos, and if I don't see anything funny, I just keep going and I'm stuck in, and before I know it, 30 minutes goes by and I'm just like, how did this happen? I planned on going to bed by 9 p.m. Life happens. All right, let's move on. All right, guys, real quick, let's talk about the advantages of being in advanced tech. So here's the thing. Very seldom will you have to move, but some people are required to move. Let's say your wife is a soldier, or your spouse, your husband or your wife is a soldier, and you're required to move, and you need to move to Fort Nowhere, USA. and the imaging facility that you want to work at, or the imaging clinic or hospital, doesn't have MRI, it don't have ultrasound. But luckily for you, you're an advanced tech, so you're registered in CT and X-ray, or just X-ray and MRI, or X-ray and mammo. You can fall back onto your X-ray license. So being an advanced tech is truly a good thing. It's something that you never let go, as long as you maintain your credentials, maintain your CEs, your continuing education credits. You always have something to fall back on, because you never know what's going to happen. All right, next, I want to clear up some confusion when it comes to the differences between diplomas, certificates, aka licensures. Universities sell diplomas. Trade schools sell trades. Trades or certificates or licenses, these three terms are synonymously used to describe the same thing. When you go to a trade school, here's our examples: barber school, X-ray, ultrasound, HVAC, truck driving. There's various skills out there, and all these certificates gets you a job. So once you graduate and you take the test and become registered or certified or a license holder, then you go out into the job field and you can get a job. With diplomas, universities sell diplomas. Diplomas are useless. When you get your diploma, you go out into the job market and you're going to find out you're going to be getting paid $17 an hour at entry level. Perhaps you know someone, you have some friend, or someone's going to die, and then you're going to take their role. But usually what happens is that people get their bachelor's and find out that they are living within poverty still. So that's the major difference, guys. Certificates gets you a career. Diplomas gets you nothing. All right, let's move on. All right. Next, let's talk about keeping and maintaining those licenses. So once you go down to the test taking center and you take your MRI exam or your CT exam or ultrasound exam or your X-ray exam, you must pass with the 75. Once you pass, you are nationally registered. But also, to maintain your license, you're going to need to take perhaps yearly or biannually continuing education credits. Those education credits consist of reading short quizzes and passing quizzes with like an 80 or a 75 or above. And those quizzes are sometimes free, or sometimes you pay to be you pay to become a member of a society, and they'll take care of the test for you and track your continuing education credits so you can keep your license. If you do not do the continuing education credits, then you can possibly lose your license. There is a threshold on a time period to where maybe if you miss your window, you can make it up, but there's fees and dues that are accompanied with that. Also, with that being said, not only that you have to get nationally registered, each state wants a piece of the money too. So you're going to have to pay each state that you're living in or you're working in to be licensed in that state, and usually they just require a fingerprint and a background check. So this is how they justify the amount that you have to pay to be a registered tech in the state that you're working in. And most employers require that so that you can work there, because sometimes your national license won't be enough to work at an imaging facility or anywhere you work at, because they need to show proof that you're registered or certified through the state. If you live, you got to pay health and life insurance. If you drive, you got to pay car insurance. And if you're licensed, you have to pay your dues. That's just the way it is. Remember back when I said that anything I learn in life, I am obligated to share with you? Here's a tip. Whenever you guys are shopping on Amazon, I know you guys shop on Amazon, you can't help it. It makes it easy. When you guys are shopping on Amazon, when you're doing your searches, when you're looking for a product, make sure you search that term broadly, because if you specifically search what you're looking for, it's going to bring up the most like they're gonna inflate the price. And if you were to just search it broadly, then what's gonna come up is multiple items by multiple brands, and those brands are gonna be competing with each other so that they can have the cheapest price of that said product. So I'll probably show you an example in the video. All right, lastly, before I wrap this video up, I wanna talk about the positive energy working within a hospital, an imaging facility, or some type of healthcare institution. The energy of the people that you're working alongside, the lifesavers, the staff, the hierarchy of the different positions, nurses, techs, blood takers, transporters in the hospital, doctors, everyone who is working in the hospital alongside of you is also working to become something else. The people who transport your patients, the people who draw your blood, the LVNs, the RNs, everyone is in school and they're trying to become the next thing. So therefore, for example, the transporter is working to become an ultrasound tech, or the ultrasound tech is studying to become a nurse, or the nurse is studying to become a doctor. Everyone is on the grind, whether if it's weight loss or continuing education or making their life better towards the path of success. In turn, this energy is going to rub off onto you, and then you are going to be walking around with this positive energy. So while you're transporting patients, or you're a phlebotomist drawing blood, or you're an LVN or a nurse, you are also in school trying to better yourself, and then your energy is going to rub off onto the next person, and the next person is going to remember you even if they don't tell you. If someone passes by you or walks past your desk and they see a book or study material or exam review on your desk, they are going to see that and they're going to take it in. They're going to realize, looking at themselves, that they need to make themselves better also. And therefore, they're never going to forget you, how you made a positive influence on their life. All right, guys, it's a wrap. Remember, if you have any questions about anything that I said in this video, hit me up in the comments. Also, read other people's comments. Perhaps you're able to answer their questions. I have several videos on the subject. I have videos on the X-ray salary, MRI salary, ultrasound, nuclear medicine, radiation therapy. I've done videos on day in the life of a tech. Remember, keep your comments sweet, fair, and impartial. All right, guys, it's a wrap. Thank you for watching. Peace.